So I've wanted to do this story for a while. I had to figure out how I was going to approach it. Okay. So originally, I saw this message February 15th. Green Correctional Facility. On February 11th, 2019, at approximately 11:16 a.m., Trey was OTP with his wife as he normally would. During this phone call, he seemed stressed, like he didn't want to get off the phone. Short time after, the correctional officers came to take Trey to what is known as the box. Around 2 p.m., she received a message from a family member of another inmate saying that Trey was taken to the box. A short time after, his wife, Ms. Butter, her Instagram is at MZ_BUTTA_ Ms. Butter, called the prison to see why he was placed in the box. They told her that he wasn't in the box and that he was in population. At exactly 4:27, she received a call from the jail saying that Trey was in critical condition. And then at 5:19 p.m., they called her back saying he didn't make it. They then called her that they had sent his body to Albany Medical Center. She called them. They have no records of him ever being admitted, so where is the body? The jail is trying to buy time to cover this up. She then received other messages from family members of other inmates saying that they believe Trey was seriously hurt by the COs. This story needs major attention. It has been 2 days and they still won't tell nobody where our brother's bodies is. These stories are happening. So now watch this news report.
Sade Myrie is haunted by questions without answers.
What happened to him? Where is he? How did he die?
Sade's husband, Anthony Myrie, was an inmate at the Green Correctional Facility, upstate New York, serving charge. Monday, Myrie unexpectedly died in prison. For his family here in Brooklyn, it is a painful mystery.
I just love him and I just didn't want him to die in vain.
This was the last time Sade saw her husband. Their final conversation was Monday, hours before his death.
He seemed worrisome, like he didn't want to get off the phone. And he said it was nothing that he couldn't handle.
Sade says a short time later, another inmate called to tell her Anthony was put in solitary confinement. She reached out to the prison.
And then they called me back later to tell me he was in critical condition.
Myrie's grandmother, who raised him, is still stunned.
I don't know how he died. He was healthy.
Pix 11 started investigating. Prison officials told us Myrie died after an altercation with other inmates, but the family's lawyer says they've been given several inconsistent stories.
First, he was in the box, and he was not in the box. He was involved in some kind of altercation. No, there was no altercation.
Sade had trouble tracking down her husband's body until she hired an attorney. Yesterday, the Albany County Coroner's Office performed an autopsy. The family says the results were inconclusive.
We're going to have a separate independent autopsy performed.
Next, they plan to put pressure on prison officials. They desperately want to know more about how and why this 24-year-old man passed away.
My life will never be the same, and I need help. I need justice. I am hurt. I am hurt.
Myrie's widow hopes to have the results of their independent autopsy within the next week, and now they've launched a GoFundMe campaign to help pay for his final arrangements.
It's really heartbreaking to hear other men's accounts of being in that facility. To hear them recall the trauma that they received, and to hear them recall how they too were beat up inches to their death, then placed in solitary by themselves with no food, no water, no medical attention for days. This is a thing. They were like, I've talked to 3 or 4 people, and that's just who I talked to, who had accounts like that. And I think the part that shocked me the most is how these brothers were talking about it when they talked about it. This is so traumatic. And they're kind of like, you know, women, like when we talk about our trauma, I'm tearing up now talking about other people's trauma. These men, they talk about it. Yeah, it was rough. Like it was a bad day at work. Our brothers are so strong. Like, we have to continue to fight for them. I don't know what the next steps are, but there was a really great organization who was who basically handled the vigil, and the name of the organization is called G-M.A.C.C. G-M.A.C.C. Incorporated. It stands for Gangsters Making Astronomical Community Changes. They are located at 5712 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. Their phone number is 718-498-1000. They were talking about, like, you know, what they're going to do next. So stay tuned to them. And Ms. Butter, her Instagram again was at MZ underscore BUTTA underscore, to find out what they're going to do next as far as trying to find out what actually happened and to keep this from happening to other young men, to keep this from traumatizing other young men. He was also a father of 3. The funeral has already taken place, but you can still donate to the family at their GoFundMe. I shortened the link. It's bit.ly/Justice for Trey. That's bit.ly/Justice for Trey. And let's donate to this family. And like I said, keep watching their Tamika Mallory, also watch her page as well for what they're going to be doing, what their next steps are and trying to combat this problem that is traumatizing our men.
Meek Mill and Cardi B take to Instagram to bring attention to Green Correctional Facility.
It's unfortunately something that happens in prisons. I've seen women beaten, and then locked up. And they usually do it to people who don't have family members or contact with the outside. But they're usually in places that are far from where we live, that are ran by people who are related. The captain's related to the lieutenant's married to the sergeant. It's like a code of silence. And they all usually live in those towns. It's real, and it's sad because these people, families, all right, you committed a crime. Your punishment is being sent to prison. Not to be tortured, abused, starved, beaten.
Fox, and I'm live in Brooklyn for a vigil for Anthony Trey Myrie, who lost his life on February 11th under mysterious circumstances at Green Correctional Facility. And I have here Sean Duke, the founder of G-M.A.C.C. He said some powerful words on assembling in peace.
We are taught to just to react, to be reactionaries, to respond with our fists, with action. And we are teaching ourselves different action that gives us different results, better results, that don't take us away from our family.
It's important to assemble. It's important to get action. But so often they think that when we say that, we just talk about violence. And we have to show them that we know how to get results without being violent. This is how we're going to respond to this.
Yes, powerful words.
We got to change. We got to do something different. I'm going to lead by example, as I've been doing. We will fight. We are here for Trey. We are here for everybody that was oppressed inside of every correctional facility ever. It starts right now with Trey.